Hello and welcome to the build-up show here on Hibs TV, coming to you from pitchside at Easter Road, where after all the excitement and drama on transfer deadline day, it's back to matters on the pitch as Hibs look to return to winning ways against a Kilmarnock side fresh from knocking Hearts out of the Premier Sports Cup midweek. Hibs' last two home games, of course, have provided incredible late drama with last-minute equalisers against both Hearts and Rangers. But here's to hoping there's no need for that this week and we can secure a much-needed 3 points without calling on any late heroics. It's Hibs versus Kilmarnock with kick-off at 3 p.m. And let's have a look at the league table then going into this fixture. And you can see that Hibs sit just 1 place and 1 point above Derek McInnes' side in 8th. And a win early on this season will also ensure that we keep the pace with those sides in the top 6. Well, I'm delighted to be joined here by Hibs women's captain Joelle Murray. Joelle, before I speak to you, we just have to mention, obviously, Lee Johnson. He's not going to be at Easter Road today. Earlier in the week, he was taken to hospital and had to undergo emergency surgery on his gallbladder. He's resting and recovering very, very well at home. But obviously, with him not in the technical area, Jamie McAllister and Adam Owen, his assistant managers, will step up to the fore. With that being the case, Joelle, how much communication do you think Lee will be having with them?
I think knowing Lee, he'll be looking to communicate all throughout the 90 minutes today, but I think equally so, he will have faith and trust in Jamie and Adam on the touchline today.
Yeah, absolutely. And he will actually be watching on Hibs TV too. He was on the phone constantly on deadline day as well. He's pretty relentless. He had to go under, I think it was 2 to 3 hours surgery on deadline day. He was on the phone before, on the phone after. It's crazy.
It certainly is, but again, that shows you what type of person and manager he is. He's even in times of adversity, when he's going through surgery, like you said, he wants to be connected, he wants to be in constant communication, and especially on a day like Friday that was so frantic. But yeah, I think he's someone who likes to have control, but equally so, like I said, he kind of will have faith in Jamie and Adam and Dave Gray on the touchline today.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I caught up with Jamie McAllister earlier this week. He gave us an update on the gaffer's health and previewed this one. Macca, we have to start first of all and speak about Lee Johnson and his health. How's he getting on?
Yeah, I've been in constant dialogue with the gaffer. I spoke to him this morning, last night and this afternoon, and he's a lot better this afternoon after the operation. So he's been in a bit of pain for the last 7-10 days, real bad pain. Went into A&E and had an infection in his gallbladder and they've had to remove it, so quite a big op. But yeah, he's constantly on the phone. Even in the hospital, he's managed to get hold of the phone and keep in constant contact. So it was nice to hear him this afternoon, a bit better and a bit clearer. He was a bit groggy the other day coming around from the op. But no, he's back home now and resting up and hopefully recover.
Yeah, obviously yourself and Adam Owen will be taking charge of the team, supported by David Gray. How different will that be and how much contact will you have with Lee?
We'll have constant contact with Lee. He'll be in the earpiece constantly. So we'll be linked up and there'll be constant contact, and as a group of staff it's up to us to now to step up and get the best out of the players for tomorrow and make sure they've got clear ideas and the roles and responsibility and what's required tomorrow in the game, and to go and implement them and go and win the game. Yeah,
and obviously deadline day was last night as well. He was in hospital. Just tell us how that worked.
Yeah, again, pre-op and post-op he was constantly on the phone. And I mean, the last day of the window is always exciting, and there's always drama. So we got through it, and hopefully we got the players in that we wanted, and we'll move forward now with the group, and look forward to Saturday. Tomorrow's about getting that win, getting that 3 points, and just the lads showing what they're good at, and bringing out their qualities. Everyone's got different qualities, but as soon as you cross that white line, you've got to bring out your qualities, and then you've got to do the basics of the game, and that's like working hard, winning your tackles, earn the right to play. And then bring out your qualities. So, and we're doing that. We've got to do that as an individual, as partnerships, as units, and as a team, and as that whole collective. So it's up to us. We've got fans to go and entertain, and we've got points to go and win. So hopefully the lads are ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally, how are we looking on the injury side of things?
Yeah, I suppose the big one from last week was Melkerson. Melks came off on Saturday with a concussion. He didn't really know where he was, so he's done the tests and stuff like that, and he's got a concussion, so we've got to be careful with Melks and make sure he's okay, look after his health. But Kel McGuinness has trained a couple of days this week, which is good, real positive sign. As he's working hard in training, see him smashing the ball against the back of the net, is it nice again? So, no, we're looking forward to the game. It should be a great game, and we're at home, we've got to take it to them, get on the front foot and cause them problems.
Absolutely. Maka, thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we heard from Jamie McAllister just then. Obviously, Joelle, he's worked with the manager for a very long period of time. I think he's had to step in once for him as well. He was saying yesterday it was a pre-season game against Hull City when the manager had COVID, so he took the reins then. But obviously, that's very different to a competitive match of football. What impact will that have on the players, him not being around the dressing room pre-game, not in their ear, not being able to deliver those team talks?
I think it will have a kind of somewhat small impact on the players. However, I think Lee and the backroom staff will have worked with the players for a number of weeks now, bedded in the playing style, the philosophy. So come game day, the players don't really need excessive amounts of kind of information or instruction. So come game day, come 3 o'clock today, the players will be fully focused. They'll know what is expected of them, and they'll hopefully go out and fulfil that and do their duties.
And equally with the coaching staff, Jamie McAllister, when he was appointed, Lee Johnson said, well, he's a manager in his own right. Obviously, Adam Owen, another assistant manager, he had head coach experience, and David Gray obviously has had managerial experience here as caretaker manager. So when you have a coaching staff with that amount of ability, it should be pretty seamless, hopefully.
Absolutely. I think we're probably up there with one of the most experienced and knowledgeable coaching staffs across the league there. And there was chat prior to Jamie coming in about him being a head coach in his own right. So he'll be more than competent, more than comfortable on the touchline. Couple that confidence and competency with Adam Owen, and I think we'll be in really good hands today.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously we do come into this one off the back of a disappointing defeat in Paisley. The message this week will have been, we need to see a reaction, because that performance and the result was incredibly disappointing.
Yeah, it certainly was. I don't think we've got an arrogance, but we need to go to places like Paisley, like St Mirren, and come back with the 3 points. So the fact that we didn't do that was extremely disappointing. But the players need to show a reaction today. I think, like I said, Lee, Jamie and Adam will have given them all the tools, all the information throughout the course of the week and the previous weeks leading up to this game. And we just need the players to go out and do their roles, do their duties and do it well.
Yeah, absolutely, and being back here at Easter Road as well should give them confidence. Obviously, we mentioned at the top of the show the 2 late equalisers that we had here to earn 2 good points. It's really a chance to create momentum and turn Easter Road into a fortress.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't forget that we're unbeaten at home this season so far. I think for me, if we can get an early goal, that'll settle the confidence levels. It'll settle a lot of nerves, and hopefully we can build on that. So for me, if we can avoid the last minute goal today, get an early one and build on it, and come away with 3 points, we'll send everyone away happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, earlier we did mention deadline day, and it was a frantic and late one. But let's hear from our first signing on that deadline day, Will Fish, who joined us from Manchester United on loan. Will, welcome to Hibs. How happy are you to be here?
Yeah, of course. I'm over the moon to finally get the deal done. I'm looking forward to this season, and I'll give everything to do my all for the club and do my best.
Obviously you've moved on deadline day.
Yeah.
What's that been like for you?
Pretty stressful, to be fair. I left Manchester about 4 o'clock, so obviously just arrived here now. Got everything sorted, but yeah, it's a good feeling to get it over the line.
What was your first thought or reaction when you heard of Hibs' interest?
Well, obviously everyone knows it's a massive club, the tradition behind it. So obviously when they approached me, it was hard to say no. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to getting started.
Yeah, was it always a case for you that you wanted to go out on loan this summer and really get a further taste of first team football?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously after last season I had a taste of it, and then I knew straight away that I wanted to do it again, and obviously coming to this club there's no other better place to do it really.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously in the summer you're involved with Man United's first team. How beneficial was that for you?
Yeah, massive. Obviously new manager came in, a few new players, so being around them, you know, watching what they do, how they train, it's massive, and I'm grateful for that. So yeah, I'm hoping it can take me on in the future.
Yeah, and obviously you made your debut for Manchester United as well. Just talk to us about that moment.
Well, obviously it's the best moment I've had so far in football. You know, that's what you train for every day when you're a young child. So yeah, it was great, but obviously that's only the start, and you know, I want to experience more things like that week in, week out, and hopefully we can do this here.
Yeah, and I guess for you now the challenge is to break into the first team here and get regular game time.
Yeah, of course that's a challenge, but obviously I'm still young and I know it's going to be tough. They've got a great squad, but like I said, I'll just give it everything I've got and see where it takes me.
Yeah, and obviously you're a centre half.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your style of play, your best attributes, just for fans that haven't seen it before.
Well, I'd like to say more of the more modern sort of try and play out from the back when it's right, obviously. But yeah, I like to sort of get on the ball, you know, try and win 1v1 duels and try and be on the front foot and sort of read the game, you know, so yeah. Yeah,
today's been a long day, a long night, but I bet you can't wait to meet the rest of your teammates tomorrow and prepare for Kilmarnock on Saturday.
Yeah, of course. I'm just glad it's got over the line, and yeah, can't wait for tomorrow training, and then hopefully Saturday see what happens, but hopefully see you all at the ground and hopefully get a result.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good luck at Hibs.
Thank you very much.
Following the injury to Rocky Bashiri, Joelle, it was really, really pertinent, wasn't it, that we actually brought in another centre half?
Yeah, it certainly was. We of course need strength and depth in every position, and like you said, with that injury to Rocky, who was playing very, very well, we really needed to bring in cover there, and I think Will Fish will do extremely well alongside Ryan, alongside Paul, and of course you've got Darren McGregor in there as well.
Yeah, and people will look at his age, a 19-year-old centre-back, only limited first-team football, but he comes with an excellent pedigree, doesn't he? Obviously, through Manchester United, he was their under-23s captain, plays for England's youth set-up as well, so he's not going to be completely a fish out of water.
Love the pun. Yeah, absolutely. He's come from a fantastic club like Manchester United, albeit the 23s. However, I do think over the course of the summer he was training with the first team. So having that exposure, having that experience, training alongside top class, world class players will certainly stand him in good stead coming up to Edinburgh. Yeah,
absolutely. And he described himself as a modern ball playing centre half, but he knows when to play it and not to play it. Perfect fit.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to get that balance when you play that position, because of course every team wants to play out from the back, play through the thirds, but it's about when to do it. If a team's pressing high, then probably not the right time to do that, but equally so, he talks about being a traditional centre half who likes and thrives on the 1v1 situation. So yeah, I think hearing from him, he's got all the attributes to do very, very well here.
Absolutely, let's hope he's a good fit. We're just going to go to the commercial break now, but make sure you do stay with us, because we've got the man that you all want to hear from. Our final signing on deadline day, Harry McCurdy.
Simplexity Travel is made up of some of London's leading bespoke travel managers. Simplexity specialise in luxury travel services for corporate and private clients, groups and individuals who lead busy lives. Simplexity will simplify challenging schedules and complex trip itineraries, ensuring our clients always travel with complete peace of mind and in perfect luxury. Simplexity Travel, making luxury travel simple.
Here to Hibs TV as we build up to today's cinch Premiership game against Kilmarnock. Now, just before the break, we heard from our new centre half, Will Fish. Now, let's look at the other end of the pitch and hear from Harry McCurdy. He joined very late on deadline day and was given approval by FIFA just yesterday. That means that he is available for selection for today's game. Now, some supporters at home might be thinking, well, has he not carried over a 2-match ban? He has, but that doesn't kick in until 14 days after the day he was registered. So he's available for today and next week's game, but will be suspended for the 2 after that. Anyway, that's enough from me. Let's hear from Harry.
Harry, first of all, welcome to Hibs. I bet today's felt a little bit like a roller coaster, negotiations obviously going on for such a long period of time.
Yeah, I was alright this morning and then it got into late afternoon and you can see that time's running out. And yeah, the last thing you want to do is get a flight back home and it falls through when you get this close, so I'm just happy it's all sorted now.
Yeah, and what was it like then for you in that period? Because I think you made it pretty clear to the club and to everyone else that you wanted to be here. Were you having to push it through a little bit your end as well?
Yeah, a little bit. Like Swindon were great with me and they were understanding and they was happy for me to move on to a next challenge. It was just about getting it all sorted so that both parties are happy, and I'm glad we've done that in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously I think there's been a lot of talk in the media about you and Hibernian and the club's interest in you for quite a period of time. When did you first learn about that interest and what was your initial reaction to it?
Yeah, I first learned towards the end of last season, I'd say, maybe the start of summer. And I just wanted some time to think about it after the season and have some rest away and try and switch off from football for a few weeks. And then we came back and had a few conversations with people. Spoke to Guinea, who was in, he had nothing but good things to say, and watched some bits, watched some of the games that have been on, and since then I've just been excited and wanted to get over the line.
Yeah, obviously there was a lot of interest in you from other clubs as well. What made this step and this club the right one for you to continue your career?
It just seemed like the perfect next step after last season, and the fans really interested me. We had a good fan base last year and that got the best out of me, and I think the bigger the occasion seems to be the better I normally do the majority of the time, so I'm excited to play in front of big crowds, and I've seen videos of the fans and they look brilliant, so it's a big club and I'm just excited to get going now.
Yeah, and Scottish football is obviously a very different challenge. You're looking forward to embracing that, the physicality, the weather, the passion, the aggression.
Yeah, football's football really, innit? Whoever scores the most goals wins, so I like scoring goals, and if I can come here and score goals then I'll be happy.
Yeah, I was going to say, obviously for fans that don't know much about you, just tell us about your style, your attributes.
Yeah, I like to be entertaining, but the main thing I want to do is I want to affect games in a positive way by scoring goals, setting up goals. Kind of got the taste for that last season, and I'd say it's contagious. I want to carry on doing that, and I I want to give fans a reason why they go happy and they're entertained on a Saturday, because no one wants to come and be bored. So that's what I want to do.
Yeah, and you can play anywhere across the front three. Is there a preferred role amongst those?
Not really. I think it'll probably just change throughout the season, and I played in all three spells last season. Had good spells in all three of them, so I think just wherever really. I'll just float around and hopefully make stuff happen.
Obviously, you scored a lot of goals last year. Had a really successful season with Swindon. A lot of our supporters have seen your goals, your celebration as well. Just talk us through that celebration.
Celebration's stuck for a while now. I never really had a trademark celebration, and I've done that for 2-3 seasons now, and I love it, and hopefully you'll see a lot of it this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously you know Jake Doyle-Hayes. Just tell us how you know him and about your relationship with him.
Yeah, so I was with him when we was younger at Villa together, and Jake's a great player. I know what he can do. He knows what I can do, so hopefully we can remember some of that link up and get it ticking as soon as possible.
Yeah, how does that help, having him already here, a familiar face in the dressing room?
Yeah, it's nice. I think that's just one thing in football that you want to happen really. You want to move on and you want to come to a new club and try a new challenge, and it's different city, different country, and it'll be a lot of new faces, but I've heard great things about all three of them really, so that's one of the joys of football.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned the supporters a little bit earlier on. They've been waiting for the news of your announcement all day. Just tell us how excited you are to actually play in front of them.
Yeah, I can't wait. I love playing football, and I love playing football in front of big crowds, and it looks like we get big crowds. I watched the derby the other week, and the atmosphere was electric. I was sat at home thinking I want to be playing in this now, so hopefully get the chance to soon, and looking forward to playing in front of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Harry, good luck at Hibs.
Cheers.
Well, Joelle, we just heard from Harry McCurdy just then. How big of a signing is that?
It's a massive signing. It's the signing that all the fans wanted. We all wanted that signing, and credit to Ben, Ron and the club for getting it over the line. But it's a fantastic signing, and thankfully he's available today, and hopefully we can see him on the pitch.
Yeah, he's another ready-made one, isn't he? He had a fantastic year for Swindon. Their Player of the Year, was in the League Two Player of the Team of the Season, I should say, as well. Coming in that fine form, his shoulders will be back, he'll be confident.
Absolutely, and regardless of the stats that you just spoke about, you can hear how confident a player he is. I don't think he's arrogant, but he's confident, and I think for me he's a player that you would hate to play against but love to have him in your team, and thankfully he's wearing the green and white of Hibs.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have to talk about his dress sense as well. It's interesting, isn't it?
Interesting's a good word for it. A little bit eccentric. I saw him down the touchline yesterday, and to say interesting, yeah, let's leave it there.
The transfer window on the whole, obviously he finished that as our last signing. What did you make of the window? Because there's been a lot of new players come through.
There certainly has. I think there's been 16 in total, so a lot of transition, a lot of players coming in, and of course a few players going out, so we need to appreciate that. But when you've got players of the calibre that Harry shows and brings, a player who's kind of coming in on the back of positive performances last season, you'd like to think he's got that momentum and he'll continue that here at Hibernian.
Yeah, absolutely. And just finally on today's game, Joelle, what could be the deciding factor?
It's a tough one, because I don't think you can get too complacent and look too much into Kilmarnock's start. They've had a tough start in terms of opposition. They've of course had a great kind of midweek win. However, we've had a full week to prepare, so you've got to take the pros and cons of being in the cup and out of the cup. So for me, it will be a tough game, but if Kilmarnock play a back three, which they have done a lot this season, I think we can really exploit the areas outside the centre backs and get in behind with the pace that we have in the team.
Absolutely. Joelle, thank you very much for joining us, and thank you to all the supporters that have been watching at home. You can, if you're an international supporter, you can watch the game on Hibs TV and hear from our commentary team of Cliff Pike and Stuart Lovell. Thank you again for watching, and let's hope we have 3 points.